Hey folks, Donkey Cow here, bringing you the first episode of my Total War Shogun 2 Let's Play, and hopefully the first series of Let's Plays out of many more to come, but we'll just have to wait and see about that. Um, so my main motivation for throwing this up was, I wanted to get through one more campaign of Shogun 2 before Rome 2 finally comes out, and I never boot this up again. So, I figured a good way to get the motivation to do that would be to film my gameplay and, record some commentary and throw it onto YouTube. So here I am. Anyways, this is the faction select screen where we'll pick the clan that we'll take to become Shogun of all of Japan. So we got the Chosakabe clan here. They're pretty interesting because they have better farms and also they have superior bow units. There's the Shimazu clan. They're the Katana Samurai faction. They have better Katana Samurai units. Takeda's a good one because they have special cavalry, and I personally enjoy cavalry in Total War games just for their maneuverability and ability to use anvil and hammer tactics. But at the end of the day, I like the color blue, so we're gonna play as the Hojo clan. Um, we're going to be playing a short campaign, and we're going to be playing on normal difficulty. The reason we're doing a short campaign instead of a long campaign is, personally, I feel once you already control Kyoto and 25 provinces in a long campaign, you're pretty much guaranteed to win at that point anyways. So, might as well just do a short campaign and, keep things a little more concise. So anyways, I'm just going to boot into the campaign, and I'll see you when we get onto the campaign map. Okay guys, so here we are on the campaign map, and we have our first mission issued to us right here. So our lands are being invaded, and it's our job to drive them off and send them back to where they came from. And if we are able to succeed in doing this, we'll get the dreaded force ability, which I believe, yeah, it reduces the morale in enemy troops for the next 4 turns. So it's a pretty useful thing to have. We don't need to listen to any advisors. And yeah, so here we are. So as you can see, Hojo lands are absolutely beautiful with some nice open plains, some lovely forested areas, and of course, our bountiful coastline. So here's our main army here. So we're just gonna we're gonna start off by just sending my daimyo to join up with the main army. So when it comes time to destroy the invaders, whose name I'm not even gonna begin to attempt to pronounce, we'll be ready. But before that, we're just gonna set about spending some of this money. So we started off with 3,000 currency, and what I like to do at the start of every Total War game, and I'm sure most people like to do this as well, is to build up my economy. So I'm going to start off by improving the farms in each of my cities. These farms are good because they not only increase the growth of your cities, they also are a pretty suitable source of income. At this time, we're also going to upgrade the roads in one of our places, and that's going to do it pretty much for what we can buy this turn. We're also going to go into our research tab, or our, rather, mastery of the arts, and pick how we're going to proceed from here. Now, like I said, at the beginning of Total War, I like to focus on the economy. So, I'm going to go down the fast lane of Way of Chi, and get down to Equal Field, so I can have the terrace farming upgrade. And also on the way, this allows me to get markets and upgrade my markets to rice exchanges. So it's a pretty useful way for boosting your economy in the early game. So I think that's gonna about do it for the first turn, other than of course our climactic battle with the enemy. So with our great Hojo army here, which has 2 general units in it, we're gonna move forward and kick these guys out of our land. So as you can see here, our army, which is on the left, has not only superior numbers of troops, but also superior quality. We have our generals are superior cavalry over the unit of light cavalry they have, And thanks to the fact that we have some Yari Samurai on our side, the infantry battle is going to be just simply a breeze. They do equal us with bowmen, but since we only have 1 unit apiece, I really think that's going to have very little impact on the battle. So anyways, guys, I'm going to cut away now, and I'll be back once we're on the battlefield. Anyways, here we are on the battlefield. We can choose at this point to pick what kind of weather conditions we want to go with. Like, we have 3 chances to pick good ones. I kind of like the way this battlefield looks. It has a kind of a nice, you know, a nice golden hour light effect going on, and a bit of a fog in the air. And it's just dry, so there's no adverse effects going on here. So we're going to start deployment. I am going to skip the speeches for the most part. Maybe we'll do some speeches in particularly climactic battles, but this is not a particularly climactic battle. This is just going to be a slaughter. So anyways, the enemy looks like they're going to try getting up on top of this hill here. Since they are the defenders, that's a pretty smart move, I guess. The AI likes to just go to the top of hills as fast as they can. Yeah. So anyways, we're going to move our archers up over there, and then we're going to bring our spearmen, or rather Yari units, in behind. We're going to have to consider what we're going to want to do once we get up there. The top of the hill is rather wooded, so I imagine once the infantry get up there, they'll also go into hiding, at which point the only enemy unit we'll be able to see will be their cavalry. And I guess I'll attempt to try drawing the cavalry down the hill. Maybe make it look like my archers are exposed. So yeah, let's we'll advance our infantry forward there somewhat. Yeah, the enemy infantry and the archers have now they've now gone to hiding. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my archers to advance up and begin firing at the cavalry at the top of the hill, and hopefully this will cause the cavalry to react and charge down. On a side note, I really like how this game looks. It has nice bright colors that they really pop out at you. Which, in my opinion, is a huge improvement over other recent Total War titles, such as Napoleon, which have been pretty drab. Anyways, so the enemy cavalry is in fact coming, and we are also taking some hits from the enemy archers. But the cavalry are now committed to their charge, and I've given the order for all of my Yari units to advance forward. And hopefully they'll just cut down this enemy cavalry to the last man. So as you can tell, I'm sure, I do have the blood pack on that Creative Assembly put out. I think when Fall of the Samurai came out. A lot of people think it's ridiculous, and it is rather silly, but I do enjoy the blood pack. I think it adds a extra layer of entertainment to the battlefield, which I find is really nice. So anyways, we got our Yari units charging up this hill here with grim determination, and I've given them all the order to just run into these archers. Hopefully they'll cut the archers down rather quickly, and at which point we'll then deal with the enemy spearmen. So as you can see, their Yari Ashigaru units back here have formed into like a spear wall formation, which is difficult to why did you guys stop moving? Which is it's difficult to ram right into in the front, but so the enemy are in fact just going to jump right in here with their infantry, and this is just going to turn into a slogfest at the top of this hill. Now, I do have superior units on my side, but my guys are also... they're also pretty tired from the long climb up the hill, so it's not a guaranteed victory if I just left it be. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring my cavalry in, and although it's a little risky to charge Yara units, even from behind with cavalry, I feel it's going to be necessary to keep overall unit fatalities in my army down. So we just had an effective charge into the enemy flank, routing up one of the units nicely, and now that's going to do it for the battle, actually. The entire enemy army is broken. We are going to continue, though, and show these bastards no mercy, because they did come into my lands to rape and pillage. And the Hojo clan is not a forgiving clan, so we are going to strike back with all the fury of the war god. And send these bastards back to hell. Casualties on our side were a little bit higher than I would have liked. I think we lost a little over 100 men. But it was still an overwhelming victory, and I believe our force is still large enough that we'll be able to also march in and take the enemy city after on the next turn. Or at least go and besiege it on the next turn. I don't know if I want to assault it. Depends. Depends how well defended their city is. I also don't really like fighting siege battles, but for cinematic purposes, I'm sure I'll fight some during this Let's Play. So, whoa! This is something I love to see, just my victorious cavalry running down the enemy infantry as they try to scramble off the battlefield. Just cutting them down with our little balloons strapped to our backs. Oops, I just accidentally went into the little first-person mode there. I'm not really sure what these are supposed to be. I assume they're straw stuffed bags or something that are meant to like protect them from archer fire in the rear. But I mean, I really couldn't tell you. I don't know. That's something to check out. Maybe one of you guys knows and can let me know in the comments. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it for the battle. We had a decisive victory. That is something I love to see. So we're gonna return back to the campaign map here. That was a good battle. I'm gonna be curious to see how many casualties I took. I'm gonna assume they were pretty much minimal, but we'll have to wait and see about that one. So yeah, I was right. About 100 on the dot. That's not too bad, and we killed just under 600. That's not too bad. There's only 21 of them remaining. Something tells me I think we did okay. Yeah, we slaughtered them. Apparently, the enemy killed one of their own men, and I killed 2 of my own. I don't know. Woof. Massacre. That was actually good. You know, I didn't have to go through with a second battle against those guys. Sometimes to completely wipe them out, you got to go through 2. And yeah, so we completed our mission steadfast, and we are now a dreaded force, which is something I love to hear. And I think that's gonna do it for our first episode here. I imagine I'll be uploading also parts 2 and 3 at the same time as this, so stay tuned for those. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like it, subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions, leave a comment. I will read them all. And I think that's going to do it for now. So anyways, guys, have a good day, and I hope to see you soon.